Whether it's unbelievable strength, strange mind tricks, or impossible behavior, these cases will make you wonder what humans are actually capable of.
1, 2, 3.
So stay with me, because what you're about to see might break your idea of normal.
Wow.
This man, who is now calmly sitting by the edge of the river, is about to do something that will leave you shocked. He moved his hands in weird, slow motions, and suddenly, the surface of the water directly in front of him begins to stir. There's no boat, no wind, and the rest of the river is perfectly still. While my logical side says there has to be a hidden explanation, a part of me can't help but feel we're seeing a genuine, natural ability that modern science just hasn't caught up to yet. Gravity-defying boat flip. Watch this guy on a speeding boat as he launches into a perfect backflip. For a breathtaking moment, he seems to hang in the air, defying gravity as the boat moves forward beneath him. That brief float is an incredible illusion created by his upward jump matching the boat's speed. But even if it is a trick, the guy has some kind of strength none of us can possess. Impossible urban strength. Security footage shows an ordinary-looking man performing an unbelievable feat of strength when a large truck was stuck in a narrow street, completely blocking traffic. Without any visible strain, this individual stepped up and pushed the massive vehicle aside, clearing the path. He wasn't a bulky weightlifter, which made his actions even more puzzling. Spontaneous combustion gesture. This man is just standing there, not using any tools at all. He holds his hands up, makes a simple gesture, and a hole just burns right through a piece of paper he's holding. It's wild to watch. There's no fire, no wires, nothing. The paper just responds to his movement. While it's easy to say it's a magic trick, the simplicity of it leaves you wondering, maybe this is a real, rare ability, a kind of focused energy that most of us simply don't possess. Phone through glass. You might want to blink twice at this one. Two women are just waiting at a bus stop when a man suddenly appears next to the glass. Without hesitation, he moves his hand straight through the glass and somehow grabs one woman's phone. She taps and presses on the barrier.
What?
But nothing works, while he easily pulls it back. Seriously, I'm still trying to wrap my head around how that even happened. Levitating monk's secret. It's one thing to see a levitation trick on a stage, but it's another entirely when a respected magician like Dan White travels to a remote monastery and claims he saw a monk float in the air. He insists there were no wires, mirrors, or camera tricks involved, just deep meditation. As a magician, he's an expert in creating illusions, so his astonishment carries real weight. His genuine reaction has me hoping there's some ancient magic out there, just waiting for its moment.
How's he doing that? Are you guys seeing it?
Walking on water. Alright, this video is breaking the internet for a good reason. It shows a man walking on the surface of a lake like it's solid pavement. Meanwhile, another person is sitting in a boat right next to him, completely stunned. Some folks are saying it's an optical illusion or a hidden sandbar, but the water looks deep and he moves with such casual confidence. It's that natural, easy stride that gets me. It feels less like a magic trick and more like a genuine peek at someone who operates by a different set of rules than the rest of us. The vanished adept. This man filmed himself meditating, and he slowly began to rise from the ground, floating in a perfect seated position. After this incredible feat, he completely vanished from public view. Did he master a hidden human ability and choose to live in secrecy? While we may never know the full truth, it certainly leaves you to wonder if ancient techniques for defying gravity really exist. Street magic wonder. So this guy is just doing a magic trick right on the street. And honestly, it's one of the coolest things I've seen. He's got this stick that's floating around like it's got a mind of its own, and he's not even touching it. And then, while he's doing that, he just casually starts pulling this endless tissue out of his mouth. How does he even do both at the same time? It's so smooth, you almost want to believe it's real magic. Objects defy gravity. Alright, this clip is the definition of mind-blowing. This man, who was being recorded by a few dozen people, made the two sticks just float in the air. Yes! There were no strings attached, but the sticks were levitating. Then did something similar magic with two balls as well. Another fact which troubled the onlookers was his eyes, and how they changed color as soon as he brought the golden ball near them. So if you have any explanation, let me know in the comments below. Phasing through doors. This footage shows a guy in a hoodie just walking straight through a locked door. I'm not talking about him picking the lock or anything. He literally phases right through the solid glass door like it wasn't even there. And the crazy part? There's a beggar sleeping right next to the door who doesn't even notice him. Well, maybe until he came back again. The beggar slowly moved back, as if he was scared of him. This clip is so clear, it's hard to call it a fake. Telekinetic page turning. While everyone was studying, this guy was just moving his hands slowly in the air. And the crazy part? The pages of the open book in front of him begin to turn all by themselves, perfectly matching the motion of his gestures. There's no fan, no strings, just this silent, eerie control. We know it should be impossible, which is what makes it so captivating. The smooth, quiet confidence he has makes me honestly wonder if some people can interact with objects in a way that science just hasn't caught up to yet. Elderly water runner. This riverbank sight left everyone shocked. Why? And see for yourself. The crowd had its attention fixed on one elderly man. Without any hesitation, he just starts running across the surface of the water. His shoes stay perfectly dry, and with every step, he moves with a calm, steady balance that seems to defy everything we know about physics. I just can't understand what he did, and just how he did that. Truly one of the rarest moments you get to witness. Tissue airbending trick. This casual park footage just revealed something incredible. A man casually tossed a tissue towards a bin, but it missed and landed on the ground. Then he simply did a subtle gesture. What happened next defies all logic. The crumpled tissue just levitates, hovering for a split second before getting directly into the center of the bin. That was no trick. That was straight up, real-life airbending. Unbelievable, isn't it? Wallet magic shift. Nothing prepares you for what this man pulls off at the counter, because everything he touches behaves in the strangest way. The wallet in his hand acts almost like it has a mood of its own, switching from one state to another before anyone can react.
You got like, probably wouldn't accept this.
No.
I can turn it, see into an actual $20 bill.
Even the note he handles seems to shift in a way that feels way too smooth. And those two cards, they move together with a rhythm that doesn't make sense in normal life. See for yourself. The whole moment feels like watching logic take a short break, and I'm not mad about it.
And really fast, it actually, the illusion is something happens, right? It's just an illusion, you pull them apart, and it's just the...
Blurred savior rescue. A man was about to cross the street, completely unaware of the car speeding toward him. Out of nowhere, another person blurs into the frame, moving impossibly fast. There's a quick, bright flash of light, and then they're both just gone. The car passes smoothly over the empty spot. It's one of those videos that leaves you staring in silence. It's hard not to believe that something, or someone, with incredible abilities, is looking out for us. Parallel universe passport. So this story is just mind-blowing. A woman arrived at an airport in Tokyo with a passport from a country called Torenza. The crazy part? This nation doesn't exist on any map. Yet her documents were perfect. Biometric chips, official holograms, even stamps from this fictional place. Authorities were completely stumped. I don't judge them. I mean, how do you explain that? There is a possibility that it's all true, and she might have literally teleported from another reality, a parallel dimension where Terenza is a real country. Because how else would her flawless paperwork make sense? Contactless water. Manipulation. In the middle of a quiet gathering, one man stands out. While others have their eyes closed, his hands are moving gracefully over a bucket of water, and the water isn't still. It's swirling and shifting, mirroring the motion of his fingers without any physical contact. The synchronicity is just too perfect to ignore. These monks are believed to possess otherworldly powers, and this, right here in front of everyone, was a show that no one could forget. Impossible speed blur. This next clip is seriously making people scratch their heads. A man could be seen standing in a parking lot, and then suddenly something flashes, could be seen in the camera. It zips right through the space, and is gone in a split second. The guy is just left standing there, totally confused about what just happened. It makes you wonder, was that some kind of superhuman speed? I mean, we've all heard the stories, but to see something that fast caught on a home security camera, if that can happen, it completely redefines the boundaries of what we think can be done. Bending water itself. You have to see this incredible clip to believe in the power of telekinesis. A guy is standing near a body of water, and with just a wave of his hands, he makes the liquid swirl and rise right in front of him. It looks exactly like something from a movie, as if he's bending the water to his will. The way it moves so smoothly with his gestures is just mind-blowing. Future self-saves. Check out this unbelievable clip that has everyone talking. A man is about to cross the street when another guy suddenly taps him on the shoulder, making him stop. A split second later, a metal structure comes speeding right through the spot where he would have been. The timing is just too perfect to be a coincidence. It really looks like the person who tapped him knew what was going to happen. This has led to the amazing theory that it was his future self traveling back in time to save his own life. How wild is that? Psychic object levitation. This footage is seriously bending my idea of what's possible. This video shows a man, and the objects around him are just doing their own thing. At first, he can literally be seen levitating in broad daylight. In the next video, an unusually large glass appears from the back of his palm.
What? Holy.
Another clip shows him inside a gym, and, as I said before, everything around him seems to follow his command, as if the objects are alive.
Oh my god!
In the last clip, a woman is standing near a table, and as she moves back her hands, the shadow they cast on the surface just stays behind. It doesn't move with her. It remains perfectly in place, like a dark stain on the wood.
Hands away. 1, 2, 3.
The movements are so fluid and natural that they just can't be staged. And if you still think that's the case, prove your point in the comments below. Shadow portal emergence. Okay, this security footage from India is seriously hard to explain. One moment the street is completely empty. Next, a dark shape just forms out of thin air. A man steps right out of this shadowy patch, and then it vanishes behind him. He doesn't look confused or startled at all. He just walks off like it's a normal Tuesday. There's no jump cut or glitch you can point to. The process is so direct, it suggests teleportation could be a genuine, hidden human ability. An incredible thing to witness. Instant bicyclist appearance. You have to see this live interview to believe it. A man is speaking, and the space behind him is completely empty. Then, in the very next second, a person on a bicycle is just there. He didn't ride into the frame from the sides or the background. He appeared instantly right in the center of the shot.
Normal.
The interviewer was just as shocked as everyone watching. It's one of those glitches that feels too clean to be a simple editing error. It really makes you question if we're occasionally seeing proof that moving through space isn't as fixed as we think.
Normal.
Psychic gate opening. Check out this clip of a girl in her backyard. She just lifts her hands and makes a single, flowing gesture toward a wooden gate. Without anyone touching it, the latch lifts and the door swings completely open. It's so direct and simple. It doesn't look like a trick. You see videos like this, and you have to wonder, are we calling it fiction? Because it's easier than accepting it might be real? The idea that these abilities could be hidden in plain sight is both thrilling and a little mind-blowing. Confident water walker. A normal day at the park turned into something straight out of a movie. A man was seen casually walking across the surface of the lake, his feet staying completely dry as he moved over the water. The reactions from the crowd say it all. People were completely stunned, stopping to stare in disbelief. We all know this should be impossible, which is what makes it so compelling. Balance feat. This kid was on top of the whole wobbly setup. And as if that wasn't enough, he began carefully stacking bowls on his head without using his hands. The crowd was holding its breath, waiting for everything to come crashing down, but it never did. The amount of focus and body control that it takes is just unreal. It's one of those skills that's so impressive, it almost feels like a superpower. What an amazing talent to have. Pedestrian vanishes completely. This driver was just filming the road, probably waiting for the light to change, when something totally bizarre happened. A person walks right in front of a parked car and never comes out. The video doesn't cut or glitch. It's just one smooth, continuous shot.
Where the did he go?
The fact that it happened on such a normal, everyday street is what makes it so incredibly weird. You keep watching it over and over, trying to figure out where they went. I know it sounds crazy, but the driver might have accidentally caught a real-life superhuman. How wild is that? Temporal doppelganger encounter. Imagine yourself attending an event, and the host looks exactly, I repeat, exactly like you do. This is what happened to this woman who saw her doppelganger in the most unexpected way. The internet went crazy trying to figure it out. Was it a twin? A prank?
Is that me? Am I time traveling?
I'm time traveling.
It's the same.
Yeah.
But here's my theory. What if it wasn't a separate person at all? What if, just for a moment, she somehow teleported and was literally staring at her own past self, creating a temporary ripple in time? When you see a match that is this perfect and strange, this is the only conclusion that fits. Theme park materialization. So a cosplayer is filming a cute video with a kid at Disneyland, and out of nowhere, a man just appears on the left side of the screen. He didn't walk into the frame from the edge. He was just suddenly there, already in motion. The clip is so smooth, with no cuts or edits. It's one of those things you have to re-watch a few times to believe. We know people can't just appear from nowhere, but this footage is so clear. It puts teleportation on the table as a real frequent event. A completely mind-blowing idea. Phasing pet dog. A guy is just filming his dog playing fetch in the hallway. The dog runs after the ball, heads straight for a closed baby gate, and passes right through it without even slowing down. The gate doesn't move or break. It's like it wasn't even solid for that one moment. You keep rewinding, looking for a trick, but the video is completely normal. It makes you wonder, what if the dog, just for a second, had some kind of ability to phase through solid objects? Traffic camera materialization. You know how traffic cameras just run all day, mostly recording nothing? Well, one of them caught something that definitely wasn't nothing. People are walking along the sidewalk, and then, poof, A man is just there in the middle of the street. He didn't step out from behind a car or walk into the frame. He just materialized. And the way he casually strolls toward the curb like it's no big deal is the craziest part. My gut tells me we might be looking at someone who can literally step through a hidden door in our world. Premonition saves grandma. This story from Brazil still gives me chills. A little boy was standing with his grandmother by the door. Right as she was about to walk outside, he quietly told her not to go. He didn't yell or cry. He was just calmly certain that something bad was about to happen. Something in his voice made her listen, and she paused. Moments later, a bolt of lightning struck the exact spot where she would have been standing. The timing was too perfect. It makes you wonder if some people, even children, have a connection to the world that lets them sense things the rest of us can't. It feels less like a lucky guess and more like a real, quiet superpower. Flying man. You're scrolling through a vacation video, and right there in the background is something that stops you cold. A couple captured a human-like figure just hanging in the sky, way above the ground. It seemed to look right at them before it drifted into the clouds and disappeared.
Okay.
Folks who live there swear it was a person who could fly. Seeing something that clear and that strange makes the idea of real-life superpowers feel a lot less like a fantasy and a lot more like a quiet, stunning reality. Metallic sky swimmer. A video from Utah has sparked a major debate online. It shows a figure seemingly made of a reflective, metal-like material, moving high in the sky. The way it catches the sunlight is stunning. This isn't a person in a jetpack. The smooth, integrated look of the body is what makes it so strange.
That's as far as it goes. On video. I'm taking a video.
While my first thought is advanced technology, the possibility of a human with an incredible ability is a thrilling idea. It really makes you hope that some people might possess gifts we can't even imagine yet. Tissue money. Whoa, hold on. You have to see this. A guy on the street casually accepts some cash from another person, but then he just smoothly slides his palm over the bills. In an instant, the actual money just transformed into a single piece of tissue paper. I am not even kidding. The other man's reaction says it all. His eyes go wide, completely stunned, staring at his empty hand.
Whoa. Where's my money?
Dude actually just manifested some unbelievable superpowers right there on the sidewalk. What did we just witness? Cloth phasing live. Alright, what is happening tonight? This creator just hopped on a live stream to do something that defies all logic. The fabric visibly phases straight through his skin and emerges on the other side, all in one seamless, impossible motion for everyone in the live chat to see. That, my friends, is absolutely mind-blowing. Objects fly instantly. Get your phones out, because this is the wildest public magic I've ever seen. This guy was seen dropping his things, but then, with a simple pull of his hand from across the pavement, he doesn't just pick them up, he summons them. All the things visibly launch directly into his palm. No wires, no edits, just what looks like pure telekinesis happening in broad daylight. What is even happening? Vaporizing liquid instantly. The energy at this gathering shifted completely when one man took center stage. Someone handed him a glass full of drink, which he then poured onto a single sheet of paper. He passed his hand right through the wet spot, and everything vanished. The paper was dry. Even when tested with a folded newspaper, the result was the same. The liquid was just gone. There were no hidden bags or camera tricks you could spot. It was so clean and direct, It felt less like a magic trick and more like a genuine display of an ability we simply can't explain. A performance that flawless. That's all the proof everyone needed. Apple turns apple. In this clip, a woman was seen working on her MacBook on the street when a stranger approached. He didn't say a word, just reached out and touched the Apple logo on the back of her screen. In that instant, the metallic logo transformed right in his hand into a perfect, shiny red apple. The logo on her laptop is just gone. Her stunned reaction, staring at the blank space, and then this fruit, is absolutely priceless. That was a level of magic I have never, ever seen before. Broom Street Flight. Right from the first glance, this moment feels unreal. A man is calmly floating above a road while sitting on a broom, almost like he stepped straight out of Hogwarts. The way he holds his balance makes the whole scene look smooth, almost natural, as if he practices this every morning. If someone told me this happens on random streets, I'd probably laugh. But now, I'm not so sure. Gravity-defying float. A guy starts off looking like he's attempting a crazy pose, leaning back on one foot. But then, he just keeps going. He defies gravity itself, holding a perfect, impossible lean where his body is almost parallel to the sand. This wasn't a balance trick. He was literally floating. The two people behind him saw it, and they just ran away, terrified of whatever power they just witnessed. Believe it or not, this is real magic, caught on camera. Newspaper restored instantly. Nobody expects this scene to flip so fast. The man calmly opens a newspaper and even shows the person beside him that everything looks normal. Then he begins tearing it with a slow, steady motion until the pieces gather in one hand. A small shake later, the whole thing is back together like nothing ever happened.
What? Oh no.
No marks, no signs, just a perfect sheet again. And honestly, I'm still trying to figure out how that even felt real.
What? Oh no. Oh no.
Cards vanish fast. You won't believe how fast this moment switches. The man is holding a neat stack of cards, moving them between his fingers like he's warming up for something bigger. He folds them once, hides them behind his palm for a second, and suddenly they disappear into thin air. No clues, no pause, just instant vanishing. I'm curious what your first guess would be for something this smooth. Let's move towards our subscribers' pick of the day. This really happened on a crowded street. A man in a black hoodie was just walking along when he suddenly raised his hands near his face. Without any warning, a sharp blue beam of light shot straight out from his palms. The moment he noticed someone recording him, he immediately sprinted away, as if he'd been exposed. The raw, unexpected nature of that light is what gets me. It's hard to dismiss it as a simple trick. My feeling is we might have seen a genuine hidden ability that someone wasn't ready to show the world. And with that, see you next time.